this class of Alpine senior kids, we're going to start the class with that belt Ado. That was a really easy first place for me today from the standpoint that she's a doe that really excels as second place doe in general appearance, and that she's showing us more levelness in that groin today, more length in that rump and levelness in that rump, and more firmness and soundness in those rear pasterns today than we have in our doe here in 2. She also has an advantage in dairy strength, and she's just showing us a little more refinement about the neck, a little more sharpness in that area of the withers than we have in our doe here in 2. 2 over 3, an advantage in the set to the hind leg, and a doe that's showing us more depth of body, more depth of heart, carries that spring of rib and depth back in that flank and stifle area, more so than we see in our doe in 3. And then in the area of general appearance, she's good. It's just more expanding in that front end today than we have in our doe here in 3rd. But I really like the dariness and the length of neck on this doe in 3rd place. Before that, she'll be commended. Thank you.
Yes,
intermediate.
What?
Like that. I think I'll.
I'm going to. I'm sorry, I'm going to walk in front of you. I'm sorry.
Willow with Easy.
I can help you.
In this class of Nigerian kids, we're going over 2 with an advantage in being a balanced individual. Some of those feet runs a little easier, especially to the front. And we'll show more depth of body, depth in that case for spring of ribbon, depth of barrel. 2 going over 3, trade-offs with Institute. She is a longer rump individual. She's a little longer boned individual. She is slightly more correct to those rear legs. She is going to grant some blending into that front of the side leg into the shoulder to the carry 3. 3 going over 4, 3 complete left as far as track straight up toward the foreleg. More correctly aiming into the rear. Looking over the top of the top, she's rectangle second here. That was 4th place. 4th place going over 5th place. She's clever about the leg. She has a little easier for you to right behind her own right to the foreleg. She's again just blending here from that front of the side leg. Into the withers over the inner over the 4th place. 4th place going over 6th place. Capacity to keep walking. Place on the end of our substance of bone for the greater strength of the area of the chamber quality. Over 14 going over 13 slightly shorter individual, but are able to partly to
These are all intermediate kids. They're all born in March. They're all Nigerian dwarfs. This is Willow and baby Easy, and Easy is not walking at all today.
With her problems and respite, just a little more fear about the forelegs that are both girls behind her. Secondly, going over her ego very straight. She's a little more angular, she's a little flatter well, as over the row behind her. She's slightly more correct straightly with the time. And she will take a more correct offset to the dead ground.
Willow. So we have 3 juniors and a meringue. I stuck them right there. So now Willow is bringing out Meringue. Meringue was born in February. This is the senior kid class. Hi, Mom. Hi, Comic. Hi, Blue River. Hi, Destination.
We're going to start this class at Junior Willows with this student that has
Here's
a
Willow.
line and primarily for the advances she has in general points from the standpoint that when you just view her from the side, she has more desire to stick to that hind leg. And we all know that this alpine breed that straight behind legs and comes at a premium. And then she's able to show us a little more substance. With that being said, my second place though, I like the length and the sharpness and the daringness and the flatness that we have there right here in second. What makes the difference is that we're picking up more width throughout the first place though and the second place though. Wider in the chest fork, carries that width all the way back between the hops, and that's what's making the place.
This is a dairy goat show.
I hope everybody remembers what I said at the beginning of the show, and that is that the people in Ohio, people that show Ohio really know what they're doing when it comes to goats, because when you look at these dry yearlings I have in front of me right now, we have 7 out here, I believe. We have 7. And if any one of these goats freshens with the right kind of manure system, there's not going to be one thing that's going to keep any one of these dry yearlings from being a permanent champion, because I like every one of these zoos that we have out here. If you look at this goat back here at the very end of the line, she may not be the smoothest goat that we have, but she's a goat that's still very similar to the rest of the goats that we have up here in the length of bone and strength of bone. Today, I felt like this first, with that being said, I felt like this first place goat was an easy first place for me, because she's a goat that has the depth, the strength, and the power that you see on this third place goat. But the dairiness, the openness, and the tightness of bone that you see on 2, all kind of wrapped up into one. And then when you stack these goats against each other, and I do that so that I can try to be a little more precise with my reasons, you just see that this first place goat is just a higher hand doe with more sharpness at the point of wither than we have in our doe in 2. Nothing more, nothing less. 2 over 3. She's a doe that today you can stand back and just see the advantages of the length of bone. You see it in the length of the loin, you see it in the length of the rump today. She's also a little more perpendicular from top to faster, though she is going to yield some straightness of foreleg to this doe that I have here in 3rd place. It kind of gives you that French Alpine look, but gives you so much more power than just the French Alpine usually has. And today, for that depth of body, that spring of wrist, that power she has, she's placing over on the doe here in 4. She has a shoulder assembly that just sits tighter against the junction of the chest wall than we have in our black doe. And she's a doe that just has a little square, a little deeper heel and hoof quality than we have in our doe back here in 4. 4 over 5. She's going to yield some upstandiness in the front end, but she more than makes up for that, and just the correctness of that loin and rump than what we see in 5. 5 over 6. We'll practice in those hind legs, shorter about those rib
This is a
castings
competition show. They're not being
six.
slaughtered. These are
6
dairy
over
goats.
7. She's going to yield some depth of body and spring of rib to the 7th place doe, because she's a doe that's a smoother blended doe, more correct in general appearance, particularly in the area of the loin and the rump, than we see in our doe here at the very end of the line. And this doe at the very end of the line, again, is a goat that I would not be afraid of taking home and putting her in my own herd, because I like the size and scale, I like the spring of rib. If she could have just a little square set to the hind leg, it could show us a little more smoothness of blending. This is a goat that I could see further up the line very easily. Thank you.
Very interesting. It was a kid. Rose by number 2. Definitely has the advantage of
to listen to the reasons. These are the placings.
2 leg over 3. Keep it animal because I will talk a little easier today. Letting it more correctly. Into those living with a longer leader dairy type nut. On the moving to right is out to the heart and the longer shape of discussion. 3 leg over 4. Training the scratch a little bit. She does have a little more evidence of dairy strength with prominent suppressive a little improving her thigh. Flatter bone, not a place out. Fourth place going to fifth place, but she's a donor in her own turn. She has a better longer neck. She's more correct into that rump. She's a little wider through that chest board than our fifth place in. Well, fifth place over 6. She's stronger to the score factors. She's an animal that just went more correct into the hip to the rump. She is going to grant some size and scale to the animal in 6th place. 6th place will over 7th place, dairy straight. She's more deeper in the thigh, she's fatter and runs more common. She's a 3 goes behind her. Third from the end going over 2nd from the end. She does have an advantage with body capacity and depth. She is deeper, she is wider throughout. She has a little bit of straightness to the foreleg to both of the goes behind her. Second from the end going over our endo. She's already correctly detonated into that hack. She's higher up into the flank. And she's showing you more depth of body through the rump and into that wing area. She is going to yield on some bending of the neck into the shoulders to the jaw at the end.
I thought we had a beautiful Alpine junior show, a lot of strength and power in this breed that we have out here today. It really felt like when we looked at this lineup, the 2 goats, to me, that showed me the most balance throughout in their general appearance and their strength throughout was my senior kid and my dry haired. And there's some things that I like about each one, there's some couple things I'd like to change about them, but I really felt like the goats overall had the strongest degree of general appearance with the highest bone and the most strength of bone throughout. We have right here with the head and line. You know, I just feel like when you have a dry year that's this late into the year, that still got sharp and that flat, but that's really a hard goat to beat. So today we're going to go for our junior champion. We're bringing that 2nd place going, and I really like this one as well. I just love the rump angle and the length of neck on this goat. Part of her shape slithers about her. I like to try to give her a little more soundness about those rib pastures and feet. So I like the shoulder assembly, the flatness of bone, the length of
Hi, Willow.
and today I'm going to get back to that same class for
Oh, thanks, yeah. This is Midnight. It's her first show ever.
Yeah, it could be.
She doesn't want to walk.
Yeah, I hollered so.
Thanks, yeah.
Alpine exhibitors, if anybody has a junior get a sire or a junior best 3 to put in the specialty show, please remain up here by the ring and we will do those classes in just a moment.
Midnight's being very naughty. Midnight laid down. I miss Midnight. She's a brat. First time she's been to a show, though. Midnight won her class.
In this class of junior year, the general level two, I said in the beginning for general appearance, a little easier from the neck into the shoulders in particular, a little longer into that long. 2.03, she has her advantage in turning general appearance, with greater width into the hocks, more angle hock, more correct in her top line to the stick and straight to the long. That's really good, it's like how long the neck for that level two.
It's like your brother. Oh no. So we have senior yearlings and then the lineup at the end. For this ring, they just finished up Alpines. So I think they're waiting for the next breed to come in. Now they're getting measured.
They only had Jordan.
We're here at the fairgrounds. All our babies are ringside. We did bring Revy and Lulu. No ribbons for them today, but they still look really good to me. So my daughter was showing in those rings. That was Midnight. She had the black goat. That was first. In the ring before that, she had the spotted goat. That was fifth. And then in the other ring, she had the little black and white doe who wouldn't walk. She was, I think, fifth or sixth. Revy and Lulu are hanging out. We will go home tonight. We live about 2 hours from here. This is a sanctioned show. Oh, that was loud. Are you guys hungry? Get them some more feed so they can eat. I'll go back in a second to see the lineup since Moon will be in the lineup since she was first in her age class. So then they go for the overall grand. Revy and Lulu are sisters, and they are both 2 years old. Easy, baby Easy, is also their half sister. And then the spotted goat, I don't know, is like a cousin. And then the all black doe is their niece. And they're all pretty heavily related. We brought 5 goats today. We live in Indiana. We drove to Ohio for this show, which means I had to get a vet check. And I went to the vet Wednesday and got that.
I'm going to stick with this trio of those that are following from the standpoint that I felt like trio of those are a little more consistent and more tight. And usually, part of it
It's a 1-day show. It's 2 rings. So the milkers showed this morning. We need to milk Revy out. Once we're done with this, I'll milk her out. And then the juniors are showing this afternoon. There's pretty many goats here. I feel like there's more than last year. Last year I judged this show, and it was in June. This year they moved it to September. You can see there's a lot of empty stalls, and then the goats are kind of spaced out. There's some people that are just showing off their trailer. Since it's a cool day out, it's not bad to just go ahead and show off your trailer. Goat simulator in real life. Feels like it. Midnight and Meringue would not walk, but then if you let go of their collar, they try to run away, so. It is Meringue's second show ever. It's Midnight's first show ever, and it's Easy's second show. She did go to the state fair last month. Now she's here. So right now, the senior yearling class is being judged over in the ring. Looks like there's pretty many of them. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's like 10 senior yearlings. So once they're done, they line up all the winners of each class. So for junior dairy goats, it's senior yearling, senior kid, intermediate kid, and junior kid. It all depends on what month and year they were born. If a dairy goat is 2 years old, it must have freshened or had kids and came into milk at least once. So you can't show a 2-year-old goat that's never been in milk. So both Revy and Lulu are currently milking. Hi, baby. So we just brought him in the back of the truck today. Didn't bring a trailer since it was a short drive and there's only 5 goats. We did leave the window we have a truck cap that we put on. We left the window open so we could watch them, and they like to stick their head in and look at us. Revy was actually very good today. Some days she doesn't like to walk, but today she was good. Lulu's still eating the snacks. What are you doing, Miss Revy? So once the senior yearling class is done, they'll do their lineup. Midnight will go back out. And then after that, there's quite a big break until the next ring because Nigerians are first in ring 2. And then they're last in ring 1. And there's like 8 breeds here today. Today they're judging Alpine, Nubian, La Mancha, AOPs, recorded grades, Nigerians, Oberhasleys. I think that's it. So in AOP is Saanen and, or no, I think they actually did sanction Saanen. I think AOP is Toggenburg. So Toggenburg and Guernsey would be AOP. And Sable, but I don't know if there were Sables today. Actually, I think I did see a Sable. It was probably in the all other purebreds class. You have 2 goats? How fun.
So we are going to start the launches next.
So the Manchas are starting in ring 1. Nigerians are still going in ring 2.
So just kind of keep an eye on that, and we'll have our outbound ring 2 once we're everybody.
So Midnight's full littermate sister, there was a set of triplets and one was a boy. So I kept both those. Moon was reserve champion at the state fair. She was grand champion at another show, the Midsummer Show. And then she was reserve champion again at the Heart of Indiana. So we had showed Moon several times, like 4 times, but never showed Midnight. So today was Midnight's first time out, and she was a little crazy. She didn't want to walk. She actually laid down in the ring. Oh, they are cute, aren't they? These are Nigerian dwarfs. So I have 5 here at the show and 60 at home, 60 more at home. Miss Lulu, you're not being as affectionate as Revy. Lulu's always kind of subdued. She's not crazy like Revy is. Oh, so you have 2 Boer Spanish mixes. Cool. Do they have brown heads, long floppy ears? So they have placed to the senior yearling class. So after this, the senior yearlings stay in the ring. Junior yearlings come back. Senior kids, intermediate kids, and junior kids. How do you raise goats? Well, you can't just have one. They are herd animals, so you probably want to get 2 or 3. You need good fencing and shelter. Nigerians are dairy goats. All the goats at this show are dairy goats, which means they're all being bred for milk production. Dairy goats are also judged on their structural qualities. And all breeds are judged against the same 100-point scorecard. Yeah, some are more dramatic than others. Probably gonna need a barn. There's a really big alpine right across the aisle from us. I think she's like 2 years old, but she's very large. I'll go back here in just a minute when they bring Midnight back out so you can see the champion lineup. See if Midnight gets picked. Do you think your niece will be picked, Miss Revy? If she walked, it would help. She's very nice when she walks. She levels out very, very nicely. She is. She's a very, very sweet girl. You are the best girl, Revy. You and Lulu. Revy's full name is Revival because when the day she was born, she was like in the worst birthing position possible, which is front feet out, head tucked down between those front legs. And it took so long to get her untangled that I was sure she was going to be born dead. But when she was born, she was very alert, she was very spunky. So I named her Revival. Okay, here they come. And then I'll probably jump off right after this is done. Okay. See if we can get a picture. Willow. Willow, the black
This
goat.
class is among the kids. We're going to start the class off today. It's an obvious first place for me today. From the standpoint that you can stand back and see that she's has the longest, smoothest framework that's out here today. She also is more perpendicular from top to classroom today. And she carries the height up in that inspection area. Then we have her down here in 2 over 3. And then of course,
They're waiting because the other ring is talking. So they don't usually both talk at the same time. See the fairgrounds? It's a nice fairground. It's pretty big. It's pretty hot today too. It was cooler, now it warmed up.
Just black belt, we like the sharpness about the readings, the scanniness and the tone, and for that, we'll commend her for that. Thank you.
For a champion of the night area, we really appreciate the strengths we're seeing here. We're seeing a lot of freedom, a lot of substance abuse. Things are really good as we come up. Again, I think it's a strong maybe a little closer, especially on the strength of the two strengths of real life. The width from the hot stick from a U-shaped perspective. She also gets the title from the long belt. It's the real life.
And they won! So I had to go get her registration papers and they'll check her tattoos. That was a very strong class and I'm surprised that she won, to be honest. I could tell she really liked her. So we probably won't show her in the next ring to give someone else a turn to win, since they can only have one leg as a junior, since it's a restricted leg. Alrighty guys, well I'm gonna get her tattoos checked and papers checked in, but thanks for joining me. I might jump back on for the second ring. Have a great